Hey everyone, welcome back to Bird Talk with Terrence Mathis. I'm William Brandon. Please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel Atlanta Sports Unlimited and turn on those notifications so you don't miss an episode. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, the simplest sports fantasy game on the market. You can pick from multiple sports platforms. And get this, sign up using the code ASU. Prize Picks will 100% match your initial offer up to $100. Download the app for free at the Google Play Store or the App Store. All right, Terrence, what a game on Sunday and what a busy day today for the Falcons. But
Yeah,
let's
it's I call them the cardiac kids 2.0. That's who these Falcons are. They just, boy, they get your heart just a pounding every single game, except for, the one game they lost by 3 touchdowns or something like that. But other than that, every game has went down to the wire. This game ended in some, oh my God, terrible. It was a terrible ending for the Carolina Panthers, but a great ending for the Falcons. But before we get into the game, this is what I want. I want to say it was Falcons alumni weekend.
Mhm.
Some great guys came in town. Some guys you know from Gerald Riggs, some you don't know. Alfred Jenkins, Mike Ken was there, Jesse Tuggle, uh, uh, Algie Crumpler. It was just so many, but Michael Haynes and it was so many. But the guy I enjoyed the most that I spent the time we met outside at about 10:45 and till the game ended was Andre Rison.
Mm.
And this is the most time he and I been together since I think it was 92, uh, 93 when the last time we played together. And it's funny how you grow. And here's the thing that I know about Andre Rison that people probably don't know. He's a emotional guy. He's a sensitive guy. He's a passionate guy. He's a loving guy. But we want, in society, you want to talk about the ills or the things that happen in his life that causes everybody to go, oh. But that's only a part of who he is. And we don't know the circumstances behind the issues that uh, Andre Rison has had in the past whatsoever. But what I do know, this man is a very knowledgeable guy about football, for one. He loves his family, for two, and he loves people and he loves the fans of Atlanta and he loves his teammates. And it was incredible to see how he was embraced on Sunday. And I remember we were sitting back there and they were taking him out. He says, "Come on, T, come on, T." I said, "Nope." I said, "This is your time." I said, "This is your time for people to see you." And when he was up there with Tigger, DJ Tigger, and in that group, the love that he received was amazing. And then he beckoned me to come up, and I was like, "Man, it's no, 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 no. It's you, it's you, you." So, but when I came up there, one thing that I seem to miss, because I look at things in a different area, is this: I look at how I feel the organization should treat me,
Mhm.
and sometimes I feel disrespected by them. But what I feel about them shouldn't matter because they don't. What it ain't gonna change who they feel about me.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's what it is. It's business as usual for them. But when I got up there in that area and the love those fans showed towards Andre Rison and I said it all.
Mhm.
Said it all. And this one security guy was like, "Don't all of y'all come down here, blah blah blah." And they was like, "Oh, we not gonna hurt him. We not gonna hurt him."
Mhm.
And I said this profoundly. I told the guy, "It's cool. I'm here for them."
Yeah.
And they kind of went crazy with that. And here's the thing, and I've said this for years. Fans, we enjoy you. We love you. Believe it or not, you are one of our priorities that we play for. We play for you. When we go out there, we want you to leave there feeling good about the performance we put on. And the energy you give us gives us more energy to play at our best. And I just want to thank the fans of Atlanta, the city of Atlanta, for the love that they've given me over the 30 plus years that I've been here. and it was an amazing day because I got a chance to sit with with a friend. Sometimes we were foes, but you know what happened 20 plus years ago is gone, it's done whatsoever. You mature, you move on. It's the love, and we talked about the good times, things that happened, whatsoever, games, and we laughed, uh, all those things. So it was a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and the Falcons won. So it was a wonderful, wonderful weekend. So I just wanted to put that out there. Now about the game.
Yeah, I want to let you know. Yes, I can tell you the fans love you back, T. From being in there and in my section alone, just from the show, so many people. I mean, not from the show, of course, from your playing days, but
Right,
being on the show, and then I'm on the show with you. They'll see me, be like, "Hey, man, I love Terrence. I see him on the show. I didn't know he was here today." A
right,
guy commented about the Cincinnati game that he wished he would
right.
have known you
Yeah,
was there
yeah,
because
because
he
he was
wanted
there. Right,
to see you.
right. Right.
But
And I think
yeah.
that's what I'm gonna start doing. When we on the show, I'm gonna let people know that I'm at the game because it makes the game more enjoyable when you're with the fans.
Mhm,
I'm not saying my fans because they're
mhm.
everybody's fans. They're former, current players' fans. So with the fans, it's more enjoyable knowing that you can share a moment with them. So I'm gonna let them know from now on when I will be in the stadium.
And like you were saying, it was cardiac again. It was a
Oh my goodness. Oh my
heart
goodness.
stopping
Oh my
victory
goodness.
over the Panthers, 37-34 in overtime to put them in sole possession of first place in the NFC South. Man, I don't know what to say. Well, let me ask you this: were you still in the building? Did you happen to think it was over once we got the interception? Because I know you live a little far, so you might have to get home.
Oh, oh, when we got the interception, I left. I said, it's over.
Mhm.
I got in the car, turned it on, and and they said, uh, Walker back to pass. He rolls, he throws deep. Oh, DJ Moore in the end zone, touchdown. I hit my wife who was in the car. I was like, oh no, no. And then when the flag came out, the best call of the game by Arthur Smith was taking that penalty right there on the extra point. Whoever, if he came up with that or somebody else told him to do it, they applaud to them because that was the play that won the game for the Atlanta Falcons right there. That one play right there, just it's right when he missed that field goal, I said Falcons win this one. When he missed it, I said, oh, it's a wrap. We're going to overtime. Falcons gonna win in overtime.
I When we got the interception, I thought it was over. There was some Panther fans down below me that had been heckling, going back and forth all game. So when the interception happened, they left. We're taking photos, clowning them,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I'm talking. We're chit chatting, fans are high fiving, and
Right.
then I look and I see them scored a touchdown. I'm like, oh, why are they cheering? Like,
Right.
why are they so happy? And I
Right.
look at the scoreboard, and it's 34-34. I'm like, no, no,
Yeah.
no, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
So luckily, this they backed them up, and I was like, okay, we got to get loud, the fans that were still in there to make some
Yeah.
noise. And gosh, when he missed it, I was like, oh my goodness, oh my
Well,
goodness.
and here's the thing about players today, and I'm not saying all players. I'm not saying that. I don't think DJ Moore is a selfish player.
Mhm.
I think he was in the moment right there. I think he figured that was, I guess he thought that was the overtime touchdown and it was game or whatever. But you know the rules of the game. You know you can't take your helmet off in the field of play unless it's been snatched off or unless you're taking it off to fix it. But for you to do that and cost your team a chance to win the ball game, I can't imagine how he feels today. I mean, today is Tuesday, is the day off. I just couldn't imagine how he felt Sunday night and all day Monday. Monday going back to the facility and watching that film and seeing that. And then the
He missed the
kicker,
second one.
yeah, and then the kicker. I'm like, wow. It was one of those things that it it just was. Hey man, it was wow.
Let
And
me
the thing is though, here's the thing about it. The Falcons deserve to win that football game.
100%.
They deserve to win the football game the way they played that game, the way Marcus Mariota played that football game. They threw the ball 28 something times. I think he completed 23 of them or whatsoever. And I keep telling you, you throw the football, you run the ball well. He has to throw the football more than 20, 25 times a game for this football team to win. And you see when you get Pitts active in it, uh, and you get
London.
London active, you get Hodge active, you get
Bird. How about
Hayes,
Bird?
Bird, you get Bird active, and you get all these guys active. Who do you cover? You can't cover them all. You can't because it's going to be a big play after big play after big play if you throw the ball around a little bit more. And they did that. But look, the Falcons are who they are, and they're going to run the football as much as they can. But now that they know that they can throw the ball 25 plus times
Mhm.
and be successful at it, it makes them a more dangerous football team.
I don't want to. I'm not singling out kickers, but you played with one of the greatest kickers of all time. What's that like when you're on the sideline and you've played your heart out all game, and now it's coming down to a kick? What's going through your head on the sideline?
Well, if it's more than Anderson, I know it's good.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said you played with one of the
Yeah,
greatest of all time.
but
So,
here it is. It's crazy because Morton would tell you this. Uh, we'll get the ball back and we need a field goal to win the game or tie the game up. And I'll put my arm around him and says, where you need the ball to be. And he'll say, oh, around a 35, 37, whatsoever. I says, okay, I got you. And we'll get a first down. I may get it in there. I said, it's on you now. And he said, I got you. And he'd go out there, kick the field goal, and I'm one of the first ones he hugged because we talk about it. We It's like it's supposed to happen. You speak it
Mhm.
into existence. And this football team got to continue to be positive and speak things into existence. Now, I know you didn't play against a high profile quarterback in the passing game, um, but the secondary at times struggled, but they did enough to win the football game.
Mhm.
And like I said, it's next man up. We don't care. We don't. You get a salary too. You're on this. Look, you're on the roster. You fought for a position. When you step on the field, we expect you to play at a high level. And I think they played at a good enough level where they can get better and better until these guys get healthy.
Um, Morton Anderson, I know the greatest Falcon kicker of all time, but Young Wei Koo is certainly start to build his allure because they were chanting his name before he can even get up and kick that overtime kick. They were just Koo Koo.
And, and
Koo
I'm
Koo
not,
was money.
I'm not putting a damper on any of it whatsoever
Mhm.
because here's the thing: you got to understand, Morton Anderson played all these years and may have played in less than a handful of playoff games, but when he played in playoff games, he was money. NFC Championship game, 1999-98 season against the Minnesota Vikings, he had ice in his veins.
He
He
did.
was that. So, cool, just keep that ice in your vein. And when we get to the playoffs, stay calm, cool, and collective as you are, and keep kicking it through the uprights. So, right now, hey, he's kicking. The thing is, it seemed like to me is it's a foreshadowing to what needs to happen at the end of the year. He's
Mhm.
kicking field goals to win games. He's kicking field goals to tie games. He's kicking field goals to put us closer, and that's what we're gonna need in December. And it's gonna be important because you know we'll be getting healthier at the end of the season as other teams will probably get a little beat up. So I like our chances. Remember, I said 8 games this
I was
year.
about to say
Now I said 8 games this year. We're halfway there.
they
You got a chance to get 9 now. Uh, so you beat this team on Sunday. Your chances has risen a great deal. Your power ranking has went up to a 3 levels. So, but at the end of the day, it's all about winning those division games and staying in the hunt in the NFC to get in that playoff spot.
Well, let's shift gears for a moment because today a lot happened. Mainly, the Falcons have traded their former first round pick, Calvin Ridley, to the Jacksonville Jaguars for some conditional picks. They also traded for a defensive back that we picked up from the Kansas City Chiefs, as well as they did trade Dean Marlowe back to the Buffalo Bills. Did any of these trades surprise you, or did any of them um, got you excited?
Well, the first one that might be surprising and the biggest one is Calvin Ridley.
Hmm.
And I'm not surprised. The reason I'm not surprised is this. You have built a culture and these guys will start vibing together. They know each other whatsoever. And I think that you will plug in more guys that has the same philosophy, the same feel that you want, the way you want to build your culture.
Hmm.
And I think they feel Calvin really is doesn't fit the culture anymore. I think they feel he may be a distraction when he comes back. Not him personally, but just
Hmm.
him being away. Is he going to start? Is he going to be the same guy he was? What about these, all these allegations, all these things? So Falcons don't want that distraction in that locker room. So because I think they got a chemistry right now that they really, really, really like. And I'm not saying Calvin couldn't fit into that chemistry, but I think they're not taking a chance.
Yeah,
And when you got guys like you said, Bird and Hodge and Zacchaeus that's stepping up, big plays. I mean, making
big
big
play.
plays, and he's expendable. The trade for the DB from Kansas City, I think it was a really really good trade. Here you go, you got a guy who's played a lot of football at corner. He's played in the division and throws the ball a lot. He's seen a lot of big time wide receivers, and he has championship pedigree.
Yeah.
So he has that championship pedigree that we've been talking about since day one. So I like that. Uh, the Marlowe trade, I'm not too surprised. You've seen him on the field. You see flashes of him doing good things, but you see more flashes of him doing uncharacteristic things or
Mhm.
being out of position whatsoever. So I'm not surprised with that.
Yeah, the Falcons definitely made some moves, and like you said, with the receiving, it was bound to happen. We
Right,
got guys stepping up that maybe we hadn't heard their names, fans haven't heard their names, but they're out there making moves. Like Damian Bird on
right,
Sunday
yeah,
was zipping through.
right,
He was making
right,
some plays,
right,
and you still got Drake, you still got Kyle Pitts,
right.
the key
I
is.
think I think if it was in any other circumstance, like coming back from an injury or something
Mhm,
like that, I think that trade wouldn't have happened because now you have London, Ridley, and Pitts,
mhm.
and the other 3 guys to go along with that. Oh, that would have been special. But it would only have been special if you have a quarterback that was going to pull the trigger 30, 35 times a game. So I think it was what I said at the beginning, but the other thing was there's not enough football for Calvin Ridley. He's the type of receiver that's going to need 8 to 10 to 12 targets a game. And
Mhm.
he gets a chance to go somewhere where they're going to throw it possibly 30 to 50 times a game where he can get his targets.
And signing that, trading for Rashad Benton, the cornerback from Kansas City, it's just in time. We're playing the San Diego Chargers, who have a quarterback. They've been
Ooh,
on the bye week, so they've
right,
had extra time to prepare for us.
right,
Hopefully, we get AJ back, but we're going to be tested against this young quarterback who likes to air the ball out.
with big receivers
Yeah,
and a very good
Keenan
tight end.
Allen. Yeah.
Yeah, and a very good tight end. So you you're going to be tested. This team is a physical team also. This team is a physical team offensively like the Falcons are, but the only difference is they got a quarterback that can spin it 35, 50 times a game and complete 70% of his balls. So we're going to have to come up with a really, really good scheme. Whoever the pass game coordinator on the defensive side, going to have to come up with a very good scheme to stop this passing game.
I like some of the blitzes that I saw on Sunday against the
Yes,
Panthers.
yes,
Hopefully, they can bring some of that back. You know, that pressure they created up the middle with I forgot who created the pressure. Well, Michael Walker, and
right.
it led to
That's
Rashad
the
Evans
interception.
or Carter getting the
Carter
interception.
gets the
Yeah,
interception.
Lorenzo
Yeah,
Carter getting the interception.
and I think that same type of pressure will work this week because you got a guy that's just is not as mobile as Walker is.
Hmm.
But when you go get him, you got to pull him down because he's a big dude.
Yeah.
He's a really big dude. And the Chargers are they need a win. They need a win badly. And here's a chance to beat another team that's over 500. That's supposed to be a playoff caliber team, where we can get ready for that stretch and hopefully get into the playoffs.
Yeah, because if they can, and I'm not trying to look too far ahead, but they're definitely going to take the Chargers series. I mean, serious. But after that, it's a short turnaround. You got
Right,
Thursday night
right,
against them same Panthers, who you
right,
might have an opportunity to really jump ahead of this division by these next 2 weeks.
right,
I mean, there's a 1-game lead right now. It can quickly
right,
turn into 3 or 2
right,
in these next coming days.
right. And it can happen. The thing is, I you hate to play a team coming off a bye
Yeah.
because they're healthier and they're eager to play again. But it's almost like you kind of want so because it may take them a while to get their legs up under them.
Hmm.
Hopefully, we can jump on them quickly before they realize that the bye week is over. And I hope that happens. Just jump on them quick and then just hold them off.
And people forget we still have Cordero Patterson will be returning at some
Yeah,
point. If
at
so,
some
it should be
point,
the
yeah,
next
and
few
that's
weeks.
a good thing.
The
That's the
next
good
few
thing,
weeks he should.
and that's when he's going to be needed. In the down the stretch, and Terrell and all those guys will get healthier, and I just optimistic
Yeah.
in Flowery Branch right now. Um, but at the same time, as you know me, I was trying to explain to somebody the other day because they were saying, "Dude, you don't ever get emotional about stuff. You watch a game and you don't never yeah." Sometimes you might go, "Whoa, what was that?" But you don't ever show any emotions whatsoever. I says, "Well, here's the thing." I says, "There's so many things that happen in a game and in the season that can affect you personally and how you play football. So you can never get too high and you can never get too low. You got to play at a level, at a steady level, and that needle needs to go this way, where you can have 3 or 4 games that are lights out.
Hmm.
And as long as it stays here, you're being successful. But once it gets down there, it's hard to get out of that hole. So, and emotions play a big part of it. It really, really does because when you get too high on yourself, God finds a way to humble you.
Hmm.
And then when you get too low, uh, outside influences find a way to dig a little deeper. But if you stay at the playing level and you stay at that level and then rise when it's time, you'll always be great.
Well, what about you right now watching it in that scenario? Like,
That's,
what's the
that's,
worst can happen? I'm saying,
that's
what's
the
the worst can happen and you getting hyped?
no, it's the same. It's the
Are
same
you gonna
thing.
stop? Are
I
you gonna or
I
what if
guess it's a mechanism that I built in me for so
since
long.
yes.
When we kicked the field goal, you know, to win the game, I was
Mhm.
like, yes. But I wasn't
Okay.
like, woo,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, yes. And then
Okay.
I was like, yes.
I
It
imagine
was
you
this.
was like this, Terrence, like, yes.
No, no. It was yes. And then I went to this.
See?
Just like that. Just like that. Turn it on and off, baby. You got to be able to. You got to be able to go. You got to be able to go. Because here's the thing. You can if you understand highs and lows, if you understand success and disappointment,
Yeah.
you would never get to a point where you go, I told you so. You never get it to a negative position. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if they would have lost that game, would I been would my emotions been upset or disappointed? No,
Mhm.
because of the fact that I know there's other games to be played.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it was the last game and it was the game, if they'd have lost it and it took us out of the playoffs, there's a whole different emotion.
Yeah.
Now you go, dang it, season over with. We gotta wait all the way until July
Yeah.
again and to see the Falcons. You see what I'm saying?
No, 100%. And
So
that's what
that,
these.
so that's why I stay at a level of there's another game to be played. I high five you for this moment. Let's get ready for the next one. Just
Yeah.
like that's just a built-in mechanism that I have
Yeah.
and I've had since I started playing football. So I guess it'd never get out of me.
I try not to, I mean, it don't get me down, but I celebrate all the little small things.
Right. Well, but here's the thing. Um, and when they lose, I'm not that one to be like, "I'm sorry, jokers." Don't blah, blah.
Yeah. Me
I'm
either. Yeah.
never that. And
Mhm.
I always find out, okay, if they would have did this, this happened what caused them to lose. But if they would have did this, they might have won. But I'm never like, "I'm sorry, old Falcons." There they
Yeah.
go again. They are who they are. I'm never that guy. I'm always analyze and critique the game, win or lose. So at the end of the day, we have to stay and enjoy the moments, but get ready for the big moments. So harness all that energy until that field goal is won to win the division. And then, maybe me and you will celebrate a little bit.
All right. Y'all heard it here first. When we win this division, we'll get some celebration out of this man.
Well, I guarantee to win last week.
He did. He did. He did. He
You thought I
did.
forgot. You thought
He
I
did.
forgot.
He
I
did.
guarantee to win. I'm not gonna guarantee a win this week. You heard what I said. We'll celebrate when we win this division. How about
Gotcha.
that?
What you got for us in the show today?
um, a lot of emotions is today. Just a lot of emotions about things today, and just over the weekend, watching things, hearing things whatsoever. Here's one of the things in the Bible. It says, "What a man think of in his heart is who he is." And it's one of those things that if your heart is hard, corrupt, not loving, not giving, not forgiving, that's who you are. But if you have a heart of love and joy and peace and giving, that's who you are. If if you feed your heart such things as I can't, I'll always be this way, um, that's who you're gonna be. But if you say my time is coming, pain may endure for a night, but joy will come in the morning. If you have that type of attitude, good things are gonna happen. I remember my mom when we were young. She used to say to me, um, "Boy, I don't want to ever hear you come out your mouth saying you poor." Because I was like, "Mom, we poor. We ain't got nothing. Don't
Yeah.
you ever say that. You're not poor. Look what you have. Look what you have. Look what you have. Be thankful for what you have, not for what you don't have." And then, in the Bible, it says in the last days there will be false prophets. There were people that will seek you out so you can follow them, and they would deceive you
Mhm.
in these last days. We've seen this coming. We've seen this over the last few years. There's people that believe that they can bring you here if you do that. If you be violent to these people, they'll change their minds about how they do business. If you follow me and vote for me, I will show you how great we can be. Hold up. You better follow Jesus Christ first. I always told you this on this show. Man will fail you every time. Put your trust in man and he will fail you every single time. But if you pray for that man, that God's will be done in him that will better you and help you. Watch a change come. Watch a change come. Don't follow a man that does not follow what the word says,
Mhm.
and he has his own word, and he wants you to follow what he believes and not what he believes in the word. That's a cult. That's a cult, people. Follow Jesus Christ. He's never been defeated. Ever. Follow him.
All right. Thank you
Yes,
as
sir.
always, T.
Yeah,
Hope
man.
everyone has a great day. Let's go get these Chargers, Falcons.
Yes, sir.